Matthew Buzzington gets into trouble. It was a rainy Friday afternoon. Near the end of term, everyone was fed up. The kids were fed up of learning. The teachers were fed up of teaching. Fat Wenny, the school hamster, was fed up of chewing little bits of paper and straw. Everyone was fed up. The clock ticked slowly. Tick, tick, tick-tock, tick-tock. Every minute seemed to last a whole hour. It seemed like home time would never come. Outside, the rain poured down. It beat against the windows and watered the big spiky pineapple growing in the playground. Pineapple Johnson sat at the back of the class. Pineapple Johnson always sat at the back of the class. It was the best place to sit because the teacher couldn't see what he was up to. What was Pineapple Johnson up to? He was drawing something on a scrap of paper. He was laughing while he drew it. Ha ha ha, laughed Pineapple Johnson. He finished his drawings and passed it to the kid next to him. The kid next to him giggled and passed it on to the next kid. She giggled too. Then the next kid. Last of all, someone passed the scrap of paper to Matthew Buzzington. Sorry guys, I just had to go let my dog out. Page 34. And I'm waiting up to page 41. Chapter 5 to chapter 6, by the way. Right, let me just find the page. I think I was on 34, yep. Starting 31 and on 34. Matthew Buzzington looked at the scrap of paper and he saw a drawing of Pineapple Johnson had done. It was a mean cartoon. The cartoon showed a little fly. The fly had a face of Matthew Buzzington. The fly was sitting on dog poo. Yummy, the Matthew Buzzington fly was saying. Dog poo is my favourite food in the whole wide world. Then Matthew Buzzington saw. When Matthew Buzzington saw that cartoon, something snapped inside of him. He was fed up of being teased. He was fed up of Pineapple Johnson. He was fed up of it all. Guys, who would even want to have turned into a fly? You'll just die, get squashed. And I'm not waiting. And you will just get me out fun of trying to turn into a fly. But I'm going to start reading again now. Sorry. I'm fed up of you, Pineapple Johnson, shouted Matthew Buzzington. What's this? I am going to prove that I can turn into a fly once and for all. That's the photo. It's backwards for you, but it's a photo there. Everyone passing notes, throwing across the classroom. Right. Matthew Buzzington stood up. He stood there in the classroom No one dared breathe. I don't know, last time I think I said breathe, yeah, breathe. Because it has an E at the end. Yeah, it's breathe. They were all watching to see what would happen. Matthew Buzzington closed his eyes and he said, "Buzz, buzz, buzz. Oh my, I'm going to turn myself into a fly." "This is it, Matthew," thought Matthew Buzzington in excitement. "I can feel it. At last, I'm finally going to turn myself into a fly." He could feel his face change. It was going all hairy. He could feel little wings growing on his back. He was sure of it. But no, it was all in his mind. When he opened his eyes again, he was still Matthew Buzzington. He wasn't a fly at all. And all the kids were laughing at him. Once, one kid laughed so hard that a little bit of her sandwich from her lunch came back up. "What's all this mucking around?" demanded the teacher. "I will not have any mucking around in my classroom." The teacher snatched up the scrap of paper with the cartoon on. "Who did this?" she yelled. "It was Pineapple Johnson," said Matthew Buzzington. He's always teasing me." Pineapple Johnson said the teacher come back and see me in my office after school. "I will punish you then." Then the teacher turned to Matthew Buzzington. "You come and see me after school as well," she said. "But why me?" said Matthew Buzzington. "Because you tell fibs, Matthew Buzzington," said the teacher. "You say you can turn into a fly, but you can't. You must be punished for telling silly fibs. Sit back in your chair. I don't want to hear another word from you from the rest of the lesson." As Matthew Buzzington went to sit down, he saw that Pineapple Johnson was staring at him. Pineapple Johnson looked meaner than ever. "You got me into this mess," whispered Pineapple Johnson. "But never mind, I've got just the thing for you." Pineapple Johnson pointed out the window to a pineapple growing in the playground. "My pineapple's nearly ready," said Pineapple Johnson, "and soon it's going to be coming right for your head. And then splat, you'll be in the hospital." "Ha ha 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 ha," yelled Pineapple Johnson. "Gulp, gulp, gulp," gulped Matthew Buzzington. Chapter 6 walked in. What do you think's going to happen? Find out next. Bye guys.